I forgot to change over. Okay. So the next story quest is called A Jewel Shattered, given to us by Sphene. We are in Solution 9 in the Recreation Zone, the southwest portion of it. Here we go. I believe that takes care of the deliveries. Thank you for taking charge, Mercy. From what I've seen and heard, it is plain the people held their queen in high regard, and the Simulant has exploited their love and admiration to win over so very many. Come, let us report to Malachite. He should be back at the north of the Recreation Zone. Quest accepted. Sprint activated. So, we sprint to the north, along the neon streets. Okay, metal streets. It's kind of interesting. So, like, if you picture this street or walkway or path, whatever you want to call it, it's made of a bunch of square metal plates. And every once in a while, there, actually frequently, but not all the time, there were like these purple neon highlights between the meeting of two squares. So like just one side of the square would like be purple highlight. This place looks like it's made from triangular plates. And then it has just long neon lines that have nothing really at all to do with the meeting of plates. They're just long neon lines. Some crisscrossy. It might make a star pattern if you zoom out quite a bit. I don't know. We go up some stairs. Also, like every fourth or fifth stair, you can see like a horizontal neon purple line. Maybe for nighttime, or maybe just to be cool. I don't know. We find Malachite atop this area. Cutscene. Oh shit. Okay, I don't think it's voice acted, but my earbud fell out. So I'm gonna say what do you say? Thank you for your assistance, says Malachite. With this, every delivery I had planned for today is accounted for. Okay, cool. Not voice acted. The reactions I received were mixed. While some were glad, others decided they did not want the items after all. How was your experience? Everyone accepted their items, but they all felt differently about them. One person couldn't remember the keepsake's owner, and another couldn't stop worrying about their own death, says Gulul. I see. It's difficult indeed to predict how people may behave when confronted with reminders of loss. Of late, I've come to believe that we are each of us the sum of the moments we've shared with our loved ones. And when they passed away and we lost our memories of these people, we lost a part of ourselves. It's a thought that saddens me to no end. If our memories of the departed are no longer to be entrusted to the cloud, I wish that those already taken could be returned to us. Well, my friends, I must resume my formal duties. My thanks again for your aid. I'm sorry, is my talking too much keeping you awake, you lazy pupper? I'm just kidding, you're not lazy, you're cute. I'm sorry though, yeah. Malachite speaks true. Our memories are what define us. They form the path we walked to be where we are. My endless self, I expect, was much alike to me in the beginning, but I cannot become like her no more. Okay, it should be, but I can become like her no more. But it says, but I cannot become like her no more than she could become like me. Poorly worded. I think it should be can, but I can become like her no more. Yeah, see, that's proper. Anyway, then she could become like me. Okay. For once our paths diverged, so too did our lives and experiences. That's true. Even if we start from the same place, we all have different journeys. At some point, things like our goals and our ways of thinking are bound to change, says Wook. Sphene nods. The endless Sphene was one possibility, a version of myself who made choices I want to believe I never would. I'm beginning to come to terms with the fact that I did, though. Wook smiles. Huh? Is that? We all turn to see what she's looking at, and it is the fake Sphene who has apparently found us. Just standing there smiling at us. The Simulant, says our Sphene. And the Simulant turns 90 degrees, but then turns head back to us, smiles, and walks away in the direction she had turned. She was looking straight at us. If I didn't know better, I'd say she wanted us to follow her. I have a bad feeling about this, but we might not have another chance to figure out what she's up to. We're going after her, right? I give a nod with a stern face. A determined face, maybe. And we go back down the stairs. I know that was so out of tune or whatever. I wasn't, yeah. Don't, let me alone. Okay, we talked to Wuklamat to continue. The Simulant headed into the street over there. The Neon Stein is that way. Let's hurry. Okay, I'll sprint then. Boom, boom, boom. So we head west. Still metal pathways, walkways, roads, whatever you want to call them. And then down some stairs to the south with a destination where we will click and wait. This one might be voice acted because it seems like an important scene, you know, but cutscene anyway.
Not here. Let's press on, if only a little further.
God, that's not... Is that the same voice actress that does Alice? We keep running down this pathway. Above me, I spot something, and then I'm struck with, like, major electric lightning, like a purple bolt of lightning. And I'm kind of one knee down, hands at my chest.
Hey, are you alright?
Panting, hurt. All the power in this area has gone dark, but one screen flickers to life.
So she didn't die. Vexing, but expected.
So she didn't die. The screen is mostly dark, but we see what kind of looks like short, a male, human-ish, short blue hair that kind of, the front comes down just to below, like between the eyes, in the middle there. The sides come down like just around the ear level. The back comes down just around mid-neck. But yeah, kind of like a, yeah, anyway. He actually does have like a open V, but not like a super deep V.
That was about the strongest bolt we can produce within Everkeep. What now?
Says the Simulant. She's kind of like above us, right next to the screen that is also above us.
We obtain more precise measurements. Narrow the range of variables to avoid unnecessary trial and error. That is the most expeditious course of action.
It's like she's talking to the screen person.
I know that voice.
It says our Sphene. The Simulant drops or floats down to the ground level where we are. Her eyes lock in on me.
You there! Yes, you!
She takes some steps forward and waves and smiles.
We have important business with you.
She's right up to us now.
We left something in your keeping. The key to interdimensional fusion. You will kindly return it to us, yes?
She's holding both of her hands out, palms up. I'm still down a little bit, but probably okay. My options are not on your life, or you asked me that after you tried to kill me. I don't like either of them, but whatever. You asked me that after you tried to kill me?
Now that you mention it, the other way around may have been more appropriate.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
If I had the key, I wouldn't need to be cruel and turn away so many people. Far more than 5,000 could become endless and know eternal happiness.
I grit my teeth.
What? You mean to steal ether from other worlds again?
All is for the sake of his experiments.
The screen showed her standing.
'Twas for that reason, you know, that the previous me created the Endless.
Showed her standing, arms spread in front, like the camera angle, like was looking up through her up at the screen where the blue-haired male figure is still there. So like had them both center in the frame.
I pity her. She was forced to attempt the impossible, to turn every soul who dies into an Endless, even though there's no end to them. Admittedly, that was part of the plan. Her desperation would drive her to claim the key and use it, and sure enough, she did just that.
Wook is getting extremely angry right now. Kind of squaring up at her a little bit.
I know you had a soft spot for her, Lamachi. So for what it's worth, I'm truly sorry.
She's got like this creepy fake smile, fake eye smile, like right up in Lamachi's face.
Alas, we are naught more than pawns, pieces in his grand design.
Wook is gritting her teeth in
Don't
anger.
you dare make light of her love for her people. Don't you dare!
Strike me down if you wish. I shall be made anew.
Wook had got her face right up into this Simulant's face, reached back for a great axe, and then the Simulant turned and walked a couple paces away. Turns back to us now.
And I doubt many would look kindly upon the vow of resolve of Tuliolol if she attacked a neighboring queen, and not for the first time. Would you be willing to accept the repercussions?
Damn you!
I get up. I look at the screen. My options are, what is the objective of these experiments? Or, what do you stand to gain by making everyone endless? What is the objective of these experiments? We zoomed in on the screen, like into the screen. We see a man in darkness playing with some like hologram kind of panels that pop up in front of him. He's got a pen. It looks like he's doing soldering with a laser on a circuit board. And now he's kind of scrolling through a list. More soldering. Or...
You're speaking to me.
Oh, he has just now noticed. Yeah. Yeah.
Our goal is to usher in the next phase of mankind's evolution.
He's wearing what looks like a lab coat or like a scientist's white coat. He actually has a lanyard with like a key card or like an identity card, but it has basically like what you would see in the Matrix with like lines of code just running down the screen, the little key card screen, like kind of neon blue.
Since time immemorial, life has used death to facilitate adaptation in an ever-changing environment. The old and infirm are weeded out, allowing the species to thrive. Generational succession. This has been our survival strategy. Yet, this strategy has long since reached its practical limit. It is outdated. It relies on progeny, which gives rise to unchecked population growth. Resources become scarce, invariably leading to conflict. All the while, death is ever present and robs our species of untold potential. Where man now stands in his evolution, bodies of flesh no longer make sense. What we must strive for next is carefully managed, eternal preservation.
The camera looks at Sphene, like zooms in on her.
Calyx! You're Calyx, aren't you?
That's Charlie Alyx. Calyx.
You know him?
Sphene walks a couple steps forward.
The young genius who had mastered electrope technology.
We see the possible Calyx back in like this
He
dark.
founded the scientific collective known as Preservation and devoted himself to developing a cure for the paralysis which plagued our people.
He does look like a young 20-something, young teen, maybe? Not young teen, but like teen.
Calyx! You always had your gaze set upon the future, and I know you do now.
On the screen, he is no longer like cloaked in shadow. In his realm, like if you like when it kind of zooms into the screen and like as in like your view is not the right word I wanted to use, but whatever. Once you go into this screen, into his realm, it is still black. It's just pitch black, but he can like manifest what he wants to in this realm. Holograms, like an iPad looking thing, pens, laser pens, whatever. But now we see it's not blue hair, it's like maybe like a pale blue gray kind of hair. Everything else is the same, but he does look like he's like a teenager or very early 20s.
But I beg you, do not deceive the people of Alexandria. Do not manipulate them with this imitation forged from my memories. Well, how rude. Yet, whatever you may say, I'm the one whom the people regard as queen.
Says the Simulant.
You may have worn the crown for a few years, but now you are no one. Just a frail, fleshy version of me that could die at any moment. The kingdom has no use for such as you.
Sphene is kind of like those words have struck her. Eyes go wide, mouth open, and now she's kind of eyes closed, mouth
Our
closed.
demand is simple. Surrender the key. Refusal will necessitate consequences.
Our demand is simple. And the power comes back on. The Simulant is gone. Everything seems back to normal. Back to as if nothing happened. Okay, we talked to Sphene to finish the quest. Are you alright, Mercy? Forgive me, I was once able to use healing spells, but my long slumber appears to have sapped my magical reserves. It's frustrating to be so powerless, but perhaps I must accept my newfound limitations. The jewel shattered is complete. 1104 gil as reward. This video is complete. I will see you soon for the next story quest. Bye for now.